Okay, great. So we're starting now. Great. So thanks, Pranav, for joining on the Creator Series. So the idea of the series, as you may have watched some of the sessions, is to uh, is to find inspiration from people who are doing something on themselves, inspiring stuff. Entrepreneurs, investors, even authors, even comedians. So spoken to that. That's the set of people I've spoken to in the Creator Series. Because all of this is difficult to do because largely when people try to follow their dreams, uh, even at this point in 2020, I would say it's not an easy world to live in for people who try to follow their dreams because most people do what most people do and that's the kind of society we still live in. So when people try to go off track and choose difficult paths for themselves, it's not easy.
Yeah.
And that is one of the reasons, of course, I started Mentors Play also, where we're trying to mentor people to kind of find their dreams. Great. So largely, this for the purpose of this discussion, we will be focusing on you.
Okay.
So this is largely about your story, about how you reached where you reached in life professionally. Maybe you can add some personal anecdote also, which have helped you become the kind of person you become. So take us a bit through your origins, where you are from, where did you study, and a bit about what you do now.
Okay. So, thanks for inviting me, Amar. The I'm a very simple, straightforward, in your face kind of a person, which is, like my friends tell me that you ask something to Pranav and he's going to be as honest as possible. It's going to be right. I mean, I don't have a filter. That's what my friends tell me. I don't
Right.
have a filter in me. I don't think about what I'm saying to start with.
Mm.
These days, the only difference I do is I try to make my words a little gentle rather than, but I'm still straightforward that way, right? The only difference is I'm straightforward, but I'm real gentle. So let me start by where I'm from, what did I do, why I'm here, what my goals are. So I'm actually from Indore, from a typical Banya family, business family.
Right.
We have a huge joint family that I belong to. That's
Right.
what my early childhood was,
Right.
where we were 24 people living in a 15 bedroom house, big house where there are 22 people, 24 people, including my grandparents, including my younger cousins, everybody. So we used to have a blast, right?
Yeah.
Uncles, aunts, everybody. So I come
Mm.
from that, typically from my early childhood was within that kind of an environment. So बोलते हैं ना कि the business is खून में है,
खून
मतलब
में है,
business
गंदा
खून
खून
में
में.
है.
Correct. Correct.
बनिया खून है बिल्कुल, total
But
बनिया खून है.
but surprisingly, no, please continue. I'll ask questions later.
नहीं, please, I would rather have this a conversation. I would love to
Yeah,
have this.
because the thing is, all Baniyas are not. Having said that the Baniya community, even the Marwari community, is quite famous for being businessmen. But again, so maybe two things, like two perspectives to this. Uh, because I've been studying a lot about entrepreneurship of late, and I watched this talk on TED, where there's a gentleman, I forget his name, and the talk is called "Raise Your Kids to Be Entrepreneurs." That's what the talk is called, and where he's largely talking about how he and his siblings were raised to be entrepreneurs. Like taking a job was a no-no. Like they were raised in a fashion where they were not allowed to have a job. And their father would tell them to do stuff around the house to earn pocket money and stuff.
Yeah.
Right, that was the kind of culture, which is very different from the culture in most 90% of Indian families, where we are raised, like I have been raised, where my father expected all that he expected of me to find a 10,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees ka job tujhe mil jaye to chalega. That was what he expected of me. I remember in my college days. So kya hai sab, first of all, do you see certain things in your upbringing which make baniyas entrepreneurs? And having said that, the other part of it is all Baniyas are still not entrepreneurs.
Correct.
So those are
True
the
that.
two things, if you can address.
So I'll address both these points, right?
Yeah.
See, if you talk about the generation, the Banya community of 80s, 90s, and largely up to, I would say, somewhere around 2002, 2004. when I was growing up, you have to think their perspective. Like my father's generation, my father's generation, where जॉब में कुछ मिलता नहीं था उस टाइम पे. आप जॉब करते थे तो you would have had somebody who was working for you for 2,000 rupees, 3,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees, which was at that point of time also, even though it would be good for sustaining in life,
right,
but they knew at that point of time, the Banya community knew that उससे अच्छा मैं खुद का काम कर लूंगा ना तो मैं ज्यादा कमा लूंगा. So
okay.
It was their perspective at that point of time.
Okay.
So yes, to answer your question, number one, Banya community that way always, when we were growing up, I was growing up, so I am 92 born. I'm currently 30, I'm 38 years old, right? Now, the first, from 82 to 99, there's a huge difference between kids today versus what we were at that point. Because think about me raising, and I'm coming from a background where I have no access to internet. Till I was 15 years old, I had never seen a television.
Yeah.
So those kind of environment I come with. So we were not exposed in any form, right? So whatever our parents would to tell us, we would literally blind follow it, right? Yes, at that point, my parents' mindset also was, यार नौकरी कैसे, नौकरी थोड़ी करनी है अपने को धंधा ही करना है, business ही करना है. And we were coming from a very good business background where my father's business was thriving from 1982 to 1997 till I was like 15 years old, right?
Right.
So we were never exposed to the professional kind of an environment at that point of time. Neither me, neither a lot of my cousins also, right? So yes, to answer your question, yes, we have been told from that area that yeah, तुमको आपको business ही करना है, आपको उसी में जाना है. वो mindset
नौकरी करनी ही नहीं है.
नहीं, वो उस टाइम का mindset था, but it has drastically changed now. You see Satya Nadella, you see Sundar Pichai, you see a lot of these professional CEOs who are earning a lot more than what an entrepreneur earns in his lifetime, right? So that internet has changed since 1997 and 1999, going forward that direction. Internet and the exposure has changed many different things now. So Banya families are also changing that way. A lot of them have that mindset. I am not of that mindset, but I second their mindset from a perspective that yeah, you do what you are, what you feel good. What your strengths are. आप कहाँ पे अपने strengths apply कर सकते हो. Either it could be in your job or either it could be in your entrepreneurial life. Whatever that you are comfortable with, you could do that. So since my early childhood, I was a very reserved kid. I was as I said, I was a very average kid. So if you talk about between my first grade to fourth grade or fifth grade, I was the topper of the class. 97%, 98%, every very competitive kid. अरे उसको एक मार्क्स ज्यादा कैसे आ गया, मुझे एक मार्क कम कैसे आया, that kind of a kid I was. After that, I don't know what happened, but my level of studies and the effort I used to put into my studies actually went down. So then I became a very, very average kid. I became, percentage wise 90s में नहीं आ रहे हैं, but ठीक है 85 top 80s में आ रहे हैं, 82 आ रहा है. You are in the top 10 of the class, but you're not of the topper of the class. आपको कोई पढ़ाकू बच्चा नहीं बोल रहा है. A few subjects I was very good at. I was excellent with it. You talk about math, I was excellent with it. You talk about science, I was excellent with it. You talk about other things like drawing. Baba, drawing to matlab, drawing, art, I could never get associated with those things since I was a kid, right? But so I was more of I think it's called the right brain, right? So I was more of the right brain rather than the left brain that way. So till 15th, till I was 17 years old, I finished my 12th when I was 17 years old. I took a 10th ke andar mein, there was a very crucial decision that I wanted to take. I had to take. And my father was adamant. Engineer padhna hai, computers karna hai, future usi ka hai. I was like, I went to Bombay and all of my uncles are CA. Sab CA. बोले यार क्या करेगा तू कंप्यूटर पढ़ के, क्या करेगा तू engineering करके, you need to study. So they brainwashed me completely. And I was actually, I leaned more towards business and commerce and those areas. And I went to my father like, क्या करूँगा मैं कंप्यूटर मतलब ये engineering करके 10th के बाद में you have to choose 11th you want to do commerce or science. बात खत्म हो गई, अपने को तो साइंस ही पढ़ना है. अरे यार ठीक है, ओके, पापा ने बोल दिया कि साइंस पढ़ना है तो साइंस पढ़ना है. So my 10th I was an average kid, 74%, 73% आए थे मुझे. 12th I was a very poor science kid. Organic chemistry bouncer जाती थी मेरे सर के ऊपर से, मेरे को कभी समझ में नहीं आई. Calculus I was okay with it. Math I was still okay with it. Physics I was pretty bad with physics. I have no idea what happened in physics. My 12th, 11th and 12th were like 63% and my 12th board was like 58%. I was that bad. समझ में नहीं क्या हुआ. ठीक है, चलो. So that luckily you know, like the normal engineering trying to do IIT and you know giving those exams to get into an engineering college.
Yeah.
My kind of marks I could have never gotten into a good engineering college in India. Possible ही नहीं था.
Right.
Luckily I have family in US, so I went to US. There are two subjects I was excellent with: math, computers. मतलब आप ये समझ लो कि even though my so I had physics, chemistry, math, computers and PCM with computers था हमारा.
Yeah.
So in my 12th boards I had 100 on my computer exam.
Wow. Okay.
And still I had a 58%. So you can imagine what happened there.
बाकी सब्जेक्ट से क्या हाल हुआ?
मतलब आप समझ जाओ कि क्या हो रहा था. So
Right.
but luckily I was good at programming. I had a very logical brain.
हाँ.
A lot of times my computer professor would come in and throw a question in class कि यार nobody can solve this question, and within 5 minutes I had an answer on my hand.
Right.
This is the program. Like where did you copy this from? I'm like,
Right.
copy this from, I just wrote it right now.
Yeah.
You know? So those kind of thought process always was there, right? So computers was always, I had inclination towards computers and technology. Programming specifically, logical brain. So I went to US, started studying, you know how what typical US student life is. You're having fun, you're exposed to a certain level, but not as much. मतलब आप ये समझ लो कि engineering मैंने हंसते खेलते निकल गई मेरी engineering. मतलब there is no pressure anywhere.
Because you enjoyed it, right? It was easy for you.
It was easy. It was not that bad.
So it was software engineering.
Software engineering, computer science. So I'm a BS in computer science
Right.
from University of Tech. So it's
Right.
a techie school, very techie, non-entrepreneurial school, I would say, to a certain extent. So my engineering was fairly straightforward. I didn't excel, but होता ये था कि my friends would be sitting in a A लाना है, पढ़ना है. They would burn the midnight oil. And I would be sleeping in a dorm room watching movies.
Yeah.
Next morning, right before the exam, I will go into the and I will sit with them during in the library.
Yeah.
And they will start asking me questions. अरे यार ये इसमें problem आ रही है, इसमें problem आ रही है. यार मैंने बोला इतना easy तो है, ऐसा. मेरे को एक ही चीज बोलते थे, तो तू पढ़ता है नहीं, तू मेहनत करता है नहीं, और हम रोज बैठ के यहाँ पे पढ़ाई करते हैं और तू आके हमको सिखा के चला जाता है. And you end up, I might not get an A in those exams because honestly, the nitty-gritties I wouldn't know. But I would end up with a B, B+, an automatic. So इस तरीके से engineering पूरा हो गया. So I ended up with a GPA of 3.25 out of 4, which was fairly average, I would say. Where the friends I was teaching and I was helping out from the classrooms, they were acing their exams and they were getting like 3.8, 3.7 GPAs, 3.9 GPAs. And but when it came to real world experiences in terms of understanding of the subjects, I had much better understanding of the subjects, and I hated mugging up things. I didn't like it. Ab engineering ho gaya. I came from a school where every single person was looking for a job. So I'm talking about 2003 I graduated. So 2003 to 2004, 2001 mein there was 9/11, so H1 was a problem, visa was a problem, international student finding a job was a problem, just like the US today, where you will not find a job being a H1 student there as of today, right? The environment is equally bad that I went into. I'm a firm believer of like attracts like. So क्या हुआ कि why do so many entrepreneurs come out of IIM? Why do so much experimentation happen at MIT? Why are there so much experimentation happening and entrepreneurs coming out of IITs? Because the mindset there is, अरे यार job नहीं करनी है, startup करना है खुद का. I came from a university where यार नौकरी करनी है. अरे अच्छी नौकरी मिल जाए, $40,000 से चालू हो जाए, ये हो जाए. There's a conflict in my head because I come from a background which says कि यार नौकरी क्यों करनी है तुमको?
क्यों करनी है? हाँ.
बनिया फैमिली है, तेरे को नौकरी क्यों करनी है? And
Right.
here it is that all my friends are saying कि नौकरी करनी है. But luckily, because I was in US and there was no pressure from my family, मैं भी बोला अरे नौकरी करनी, and I started searching for a job.
Right.
For about 7 months, I searched for a job in US without doing anything, and I couldn't find a job. नौकरी मिली नहीं मेरे को. कोई नौकरी नहीं मिली. Like, even though I was good at programming,
yeah,
nobody wanted. I had no clue why I didn't find a job.
Other friends of yours, did they find jobs?
Yeah, some of them did because they were US citizens. They didn't have visa problems. They didn't have other issues like that. They have local connections, so they were able to get decent jobs. 35,000 से चालू कर रहे हैं, $40,000 से चालू कर रहे हैं. They found a job. Right?
Okay.
Now, there's a very funny thing that happened during this entire scenario. So my roommate at that point of time, where one of them was a Banya.
Okay.
And two of them were from a military background,
right.
But they came from a business. After military, the father went into a business background, and so
right.
they were from a different kind of a mindset.
Right.
But that friend of mine was a huge influence. I don't know if I influenced him and he influenced me. I don't know how it happened. But we two roommates, हम दोनों बनिया फैमिली से, वो मारवाड़ी है, मैं गुजराती हूँ.
Correct.
और हम दोनों जब भी बात करते ना, अरे यार नौकरी नहीं हो पाएगी यार, धंधा ही करना है, we need to do business, we need to find business of our own. We always would have answered, and I'm sure you have come across him on LinkedIn at some point of time.
Okay. What's his name?
Vineet Bhansali.
Okay, I can't think of by name, but I'm sure I have.
So Vineet Bhansali is he's a VC now with Urias.
Right.
He's an investor now there.
Right.
So me and Vineet were always of that mindset. Vineet पक्का बनिया है, मारवाड़ी, और मैं पक्का बनिया हूँ गुजराती. We would always discuss, यार कुछ का खुद का करना है, नौकरी तो हो नहीं पाएगी. And I did some odd jobs teaching people and stuff like that, but I wouldn't consider that as a full-time employment, that I would say. Right? So luckily, what happened? I started my first venture out of not doing anything. मैं घर पे खाली बैठा हुआ हूँ, मेरे पास में कोई काम नहीं है, मेरे पास में नौकरी नहीं है. So there was another roommate of mine at that point of time. So Vineet had moved on. Vineet had moved on to Florida, and he had started his own business there. And I was bunking with another friend of mine called Gaurav Patpal from school, school friend of mine. So he was in a job somewhere. He was in a job where he was earning decent money, 35,000-40,000 he was earning, where he was selling jewelry software. He was selling software to jewelers. One day I was sitting at home and I thought he was at job, but I realized that Gaurav had not gone to his work.
Okay.
I asked him, यार तू आज job पे नहीं गया? So he said, यार नौकरी छोड़ दी मैंने. हैं? नौकरी छोड़ दी? आगे क्या करना है? बोला यार अब खुद का कुछ करने की इच्छा है. मैं बोला मैं भी खाली बैठा हूँ यार, let's start something together. मेरे पास में भी काम नहीं है, let's figure it out. So we started brainstorming. दोनों के पास पैसे नहीं है. दोनों के पास में फैमिली के साथ में भी पैसे मंगाने की कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं है कि फैमिली से कुछ पैसे मंगा लो और वो काम कर लो. There's a very interesting story onto this, and I have made a couple of LinkedIn posts also in it. They are featured into my LinkedIn posts if you want details on it. When we started brainstorming, the first thing came out there was कि यार पैसा तो बहुत चाहिए काम करने के लिए. So we came out with an idea that we need to. Gaurav was working with the jewelry software company.
Yeah.
So भाई उसके clients को क्या चाहिए? He already had a client base, and I was interning at a company which was doing collaterals, production, design for मतलब photography, design, website, and I was interning there. I was not a full-time. So there was a match. I asked him कि यार उन लोगों को ऐसी चीज लगती है क्या? बोला हाँ लगती तो है. और तू बेच लेगा क्या उसको? तेरे को पता है क्या कि कोई ऐसा काम कर रहा है? तो बोले नहीं, ऐसा काम मतलब हमसे हमेशा पूछते हैं कि वेबसाइट कोई बना देगा क्या, फोटोग्राफी कोई कर देगा क्या, डिजाइन कोई बना देगा क्या. लेकिन हमारे पास में कोई जवाब नहीं होता, एक ही खाली इजरायली कपल है वो कर लेता है।
राइट।
बोले कैन वी डू दैट? बोले क्लाइंट मैं ला दूंगा, माल में बेच दूंगा, आई एम गुड एट दैट, काम कौन करेगा उसकी बात बता दो। So we started jotting down कि हमें इस कम, so there was an idea out of need that came out. There was a need and we were trying to fill that need up, right? So idea came out कि ठीक है ये कर लेते हैं, इसके अंदर में स्कोप दिख रहा है। We started jotting down कि हमें क्या चाहिए, फोटोग्राफर चाहिए, डिजाइनर चाहिए, स्टूडियो चाहिए, इक्विपमेंट चाहिए, खुद का खर्चा निकालना, उसके पैसे चाहिए। We came out with a figure of somewhere around, I think it was somewhere around $200,000 और $300,000 का नीड निकल के आया उसके अंदर में। या $3 लाख चाहिए अगर आपको ये काम करना है तो। राइट। पैसे तो है नहीं, करेंगे कैसे? We can't do this. We can't ask our parents for this kind of money. It's too much money, right? At that point of time, it was 1.5 crores at that point of time. 50 रुपए का डॉलर था उस टाइम पे, और वो it was not possible. So me and him we were thinking यार करने की इच्छा है, कर सकते हैं। So I started cutting down things. यार नहीं यार रुक, कोशिश करते हैं।
Oh damn, लाइट चली गई यार। यार I hate it man. Once in a while I do these calls. यार कॉल कट गई यार, दिस इज डिस्गस्टिंग मैन। आई हैव टू रिकॉर्ड दीस कॉल्स।